All of us at one time or other have the opportunity to witness somebody make a big mistake and then suffer the consequences of that mistake. And if we have the chance to ask that person what they were thinking later, they'll probably just smile, shrug their shoulders, and say, hey, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Now, when I was 17, a friend and I went out to this marina on the coast. It's one of these huge marinas that have these expensive sport fishing boats. We got to walk the docks and talk about the boats, look at them, and dream about the one we were going to get when we got older. Well, as we were walking along, a motion caught my eye in the water. I looked down to see this huge bull shark swim underneath the pier. Well, in retrospect, the shark was maybe 4 or 5 feet in length. But if you'd asked me that day, I would have told you this thing was a monster. At least 8 feet in length. Well, the mere presence of that big shark was my cue. You see, I'm an opportunist. Anytime I see the opportunity to catch a fish, I'm going to do it. Regardless of whether I have my rod and reel and tackle box with me, I'm going to find something, anything, to adapt, to change, to modify, to suit the situation so I can take advantage of that opportunity. Well, that day was no different. My friend and I quickly ran off the dock. I scrounged around and I found about a 10-foot length of what would look like piano wire. My buddy was going through the trash can and came back with 2 partially eaten drumsticks from some fried chicken dinner. We ran back out on the dock, and to our delight, the shark was still there. So he grabbed one end of the piano wire, wrapped it around the chicken legs, twisted it real tight so they wouldn't come off. I took the other end of the piano wire, wrapped it around my hand, twisted it real tight so it wouldn't come off. And then my buddy threw the chicken out in front of the shark, about 6 to 8 feet in front of him. The shark cruised by, rubbed the chicken, and went on. The shark continued on, made a big lazy loop, came back, and then proceeded to devour the chicken. Well, I want you to know I learned 2 very important things that day. The first is a great respect for the power of large sharks in the dense medium of water. The second thing I learned was a respect for the cutting power of piano wire. How easily and effortlessly it cuts through human skin when a force is applied to it. Now, even today, if you ask me what was I thinking, I'll just smile, shrug my shoulders, and say, seemed like a good idea at the time. Hi, I'm Everett Irvine. Welcome to the $1 Million Angler Show. This show is not just about fishing. It's about fishing and entertainment. Now, one of our sponsors, which is Suncast Reels, they've been in the business of making quality freshwater and saltwater reels for over 60 years, has graciously agreed to let us borrow one of their peoples for a few weeks. His name is Tom Torino. Tom is one of the design engineers there at Suncast Reels. His job, well, believe it or not, is to design the reels. I got a chance to talk to him earlier today, and he was saying that typically he spends about a week or 2 designing the reels, making the plans, drawing the pictures. He delivers them to the production department. They take it, cut the metal, drill the holes, assemble it all, spray paint, put the logos on it. They make 2 or 3 prototypes, and they give them back to Tom. Tom then takes these demos, he takes them out and uses them and abuses them, testing them to their limits to make sure they meet the standards of Suncast Reels. Yep, he takes his boat, goes out on the lake for the next 3 months, and tests those things under every condition possible, uses and abuses them. Anyway, Tom has graciously taken away from his busy schedule to come be with us to be one of our 4 judges. Now, the judge's job is to determine whether hosts like me are keepers or whether they throw us back. And whether they keep me or throw me back, I'm sure if you ask Tom at the end of the day, he'll probably just smile, shrug his shoulders, and say, seemed like a good idea at the time. All of us at some point in our lives have the opportunity to witnessed someone on the verge of making a big mistake. And also, let me get this guy off the line real quick. Why they did what they did, they'll probably tell you because it seemed like the thing to do at the time. Sorry about catching all these fish here. You know, we all at one time or other in our lives have the opportunity to witness somebody make a big mistake and then suffer the consequences for that mistake. And if you have the chance to ask the person later what they were thinking, they'll probably tell you that it seemed like a good idea at the time. Anyway, that one got away. Real quick. Sorry about that. You know, all of us at one point, when I was about 17, a friend and I, we had this opportunity to go down to the coast and visit a marina. And we got to walk the docks and